Fungus gnats can be a big problem, not only because they fly around your computer screen and land in your coffee, but they are just plain annoying. If not acted upon immediately, they can spread to other plants and become a huge problem. They are airborne and sometimes show up when backyard fruits and vegetables are brought into an office environment. Sometimes they just don't want to be outside anymore in the mulch and landscaping, and they find a way into an interior environment. But most of the time, they are just little eggs in soil, just waiting for the right conditions to hatch. Moist, warm soil. Fungus gnats seem to peak during October and April, when interior environments go from air conditioning to heaters, and heaters to air conditioning. But let's start at the beginning of a gnat's life cycle. The adult female lays her eggs 1 inch below the surface of a soil medium that is moist and high in organic matter. The adult female can lay up to 300 eggs in a 10-day period. It takes about 6 days for the eggs to hatch, and in less than a week they emerge from the soil as mature adults, ready to repeat the cycle all over again. So what can you do to stop gnats in their tracks? The first thing you will want to do is to find out which plant is the host plant. You can really narrow it down to plants that have an organic growing medium that include wood and decomposing products in their soil. The larvae feed off the roots and root hairs of the plant. It is very difficult for gnats to lay eggs in cinder soil or lava rock. So, whenever possible, use sterilized potting soil with little or no wood products in it. What is even more important is choosing a quality plant from a reputable grower. To identify the suspect plant, place yellow sticky monitoring cards near the top of the soil of the plants that may possibly be your host plant. Remember to take off the covering so the sticky part is revealed. Since yellow does attract your eye, you may want to use a small piece and place it where it is not too visible. The purpose of the yellow sticky monitoring card is to indicate which plant is your host plant. As there may be many ways to get rid of gnats, the best remedy is to physically remove the insect and disrupt the reproductive cycle. First, remove 1 inch of soil from the top of your host plant. Remember, this is where eggs are laid. You are not going to get all of the eggs out. You are going to have to create some kind of barrier so the remaining eggs cannot get out of the soil and the female gnats cannot lay eggs in the soil. After the soil is removed, scatter over the top of the soil a layer of agricultural grade diatomaceous earth, followed by a layer of silica sand. Make sure there is no soil showing, as even just a tiny opening will allow the reproductive cycle of the gnat to continue. You have now created an impenetrable barrier where female gnats cannot lay eggs and the newly hatched gnats cannot escape the barrier. Now, you are ready to restage your plant with your decorative dressing and clean up any mess you made. You and your client should see a remarkable difference within 24 hours. Seeing gnats are usually an indication of overwatering. Try to keep the top of the soil dry. Water plants in their liner or use sub-irrigation. Sub-irrigation allows the plants to draw the water up from the bottom of the container. Essentially, the roots are drawing the water when they need it. By top watering, not only are you creating a warm, moist environment for the gnats to breed, you are not watering the plant where it can get the water, through its roots at the bottom of the container. There are many different kinds of sub-irrigation. Find the one that will work for you. Prevention is the goal to keep from having gnat outbreaks. Don't overwater your plants and take care of your problems when they occur. Getting Rid of Gnats. Brought to you by Inside Plants. Creative possibilities with plants. Don't get caught with your plants down.